Right, so I've just been having a wee drink of tea because I want to get through at least 6 of these, but if I can do them all, I don't know, I don't know if I'm going to do them all tonight because it depends. Yeah, it really depends. I've got a client in about an hour, but it just depends. Yeah, I might prefer to just do the rest tomorrow. But anyway, I've not used this deck for any other signs, but we're doing Cancer now, so if you're brand new to me, I encourage you to watch Aries. I really encourage you to watch all of them because I do it by the houses rather than the signs, and we've all got these houses and we've all got these energies. But typically speaking, the way how I do this is basically Cancer, and the fourth house is your family, your soul family. It's cozy, cuddle, cups of tea. It is your feelings, and the shadow side of it is manipulation, which I've just spoke about a lot in the Gemini reading. That, just watch it. There was a hell of a lot of manipulation in that. Yeah, and definitely stuff to do with past friends, including I was feeling past friends and saying that, and I pulled out past friendship. So they couldn't have made it any crystal clearer in that one. And again, don't make yours if it's not yours. I think it's just, again, it's always just going to clarify what you already felt or what's already happened, past, present, future. So what have we got then for Cancer? And remember, this can be anywhere. Like I said, these messages can really be anywhere for anyone. We've all got Cancer. We've all got fourth house. Dance. I just love how I trust them because they're speaking through me. Look. Wow. Did you hear what I said? I just love how I trust them. You're trusting your lover right now because you've danced this in many lifetimes. And there's something very significant about right now with the planetary alignment, because look at this. Dance of the planets and lovers. Wait a minute. So I don't know what's going to come out in this, but that is definitely the thumbnail. Dance of the planets and lovers. Within nothing, there is everything. Ooh, that's deep. So how does the masculine feel about intimacy? I'll usually always go with the feminine first, but yeah, how does the masculine feel about intimacy towards the feminine? Wow, full moon in Cancer for Cancer. But it can be for anywhere, remember. A personal issue reaches resolution. So there's going to be a personal issue that reaches resolution. I feel that might mean like this person's been healing in their child wounds or something because of what I said and what Cancer in the fourth house is about. So this person's been healing a lot of, personal stuff, and they're reaching some kind of resolution within themselves, therefore feeling a bit more stronger to come towards you. And they want... Sorry, I just love when I'm doing this. I'm healing. Yeah, that's what I just said. I hate the silence between us as much as you do, but it's when I do my deepest healing. I mean, what the fuck? Right? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, wow. I was in denial. Yeah. And I feel this person, I can really feel this. Whoever this is for, remember, it could be anyone. And that makes sense. I could really feel it. Because remember, I teach people that it clears. Surely I don't explain that one. And I also activate, amplify, and awaken them in people, even just watching these videos. But I also run a live course about that, which I'll probably do around Aries season, which is really quite soon, in a few weeks. But basically, this person's got in touch with the part of them that closed off to their deeper feelings. They had a closed heart chakra. And look at how I've got a green top on today as well, heart chakra. I'm sorry I had my real feelings for you. I've always been in love with you, and I'm a coward for not admitting that to you sooner. I'm gaining the courage to tell you face to face. So it's kind of like, that looks like a bit of a smug face. But again, it might be how you feel when they come forward. It's like, I always knew that. But it's kind of like, that reminds me of the film I watched last night, Friends with Kids, is that, but by the way, I've never thought that when I've mentioned that film in other videos today, but Friends with Kids. Look out for friends that you've got with kids. I mean, that doesn't rule out many people, but we'll get more details on that. But I feel it's like manipulative people. I don't know how they're manipulating you. Maybe it's like you see them at social gatherings to do with your children or school or something, or they're in your community. I've been manifesting you. Yeah, this person, while they've been healing and getting back their energy, have been manifesting. So how does the feminine feel about intimacy? I see and hear your name everywhere, and it hurts my heart not to have you around. So this feminine, misses you. You taught me how to love myself, and I know you're trying to love yourself. I'm proud of you. So what that means is, I know it can be a head fuck, but the bad treatment, basically, for lack of better words, that the masculine how the masculine has been towards you as a feminine, or how you've been to your feminine. If you're watching this, if whoever's watching this, it does teach the feminine to love themselves. So it's all designed that way. You know, the feminine will fail a test of boundaries, and then you'll be like, fuck, you know, shouldn't have done that. I've learnt my lesson, and that can be harder lessons for some than others. Some might do that again and again, because again, that sounds like it's to do with sex, doesn't it? Because I said again and again. You know, you might, oh, they love me, I'll just, you know, one more time, kind of. Although look out for that, because the way I channeled that sounds karmic. Like karmic energies, love bomb, and oh, I love you and all that, and then they fuck off and then they come back. Like I said, twin flames don't typically tend to do that. Although, like I said in a video today, because I do help twin flames when it gets very like Plutonian. I like to use the word Plutonian rather than karmic, but twin flames that basically go through very rough karmic cycles. I've had to support people through very rough things where you could think that, wow, this is toxic, this is a karmic relationship, but it's not. But that needs to be handled carefully. That takes personal responsibility. And whenever I've helped people with stuff like that, it's like, look, if I strongly have had all the signs and this person's like, I know this is my twin flame, I'll be like, look, I know that's your twin flame too, but they're not treating you right. You know, you have to be clear about that. So unless you've got really strong boundaries and you're like, look, I love this person, but this is just, it's not healthy it's toxic for us to be around each other. Then yeah, however that fits to you, right? So that's going to speak to someone basically, isn't it? Because it came through really strongly. How I'm ready to grow in emotional intimacy with a partner. Heal. Oh, fuck's sake, that's a lot of healing. Revitalize your heart. So you need to heal, basically. This came out in the feminine side. If you're a feminine, male or female, you still need to do some healing. And with the way I channeled that, I'd say it's around codependency. If I could be bothered getting, I mean, I don't know where I've put it. It kind of feels like I need to, doesn't it? Wait a minute, I'm going to pause it and get codependent. Yeah, I'm glad I've done that, because I forgot about these cards that I've, that I got a few weeks ago. I love them. So I'm actually shuffling the romance and love deck here. So let's just see, there's cards about toxic energy. So I feel there's a feminine male or female, or it's the divine masculine's feelings are caught up in a karmic codependent connection there. Or there's very strong codependency between you and your twin flame, as in this can be when you are sleeping with your twin flame, but there's no boundaries there. You know, like it's you're not in a relationship, they're having their cake and letting them eat it, you know, all that kind of thing. That's not healthy. Voids, you're trying to, again, that's deep, but it does make sense for Cancer, because Cancer is the 4th house and it's the hidden stuff. It's like you're trying to fill a void. Avoid rushing to fill the void with love. Seek inner fulfillment first. I think that's a very, very strong warning for anyone that resonates with this, but I think everyone should take this on board, because Cancer is the feelings. Don't rush into filling a void if you've not filled that up with your own self-love first, because you're never, if you're a twin flame, you'll get what I mean, right? This is either you or this is your twin flame. If you're in their physical presence, you'll be able to feel like they're projecting some like anger, or even like, I don't like the word hate, but like hate or strong emotions at you. And really what that's an indication of is how they feel about themselves. Unless, you know, it resonates that you're feeling like that about yourself, throat chakra. And in this case, you can be the judge of that, but there's something it's just you're going to create more pain there. Gifts. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. So again, I feel you really do understand each other, but I feel if you understand the twin flame journey, you're going to have to spend a bit of time healing. Now remember, this could be in the past, you could have moved through this. Adventure. Seek adventure together. It adds excitement to your journey. But again, that's meant to be positive, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that might be a bit in a, do you know what I mean, in a toxic way, that you're like, oh yeah, we have loads of fun, but it's kind of quite roller coaster, and it's not. I must stress, I am picking up on a twin flame couple, but it's like, it's people that are avoiding some of the healing there. And it actually feels like both people, so. And again, listen, there's absolutely no judgment, because although I've been on this journey a very long time, and I've also been healing a very long time now, there was definitely a part of my journey when I didn't know that that's what we were, because I've known my twin flame 22 when we were young, basically 22 years. But like when actually in the round when I would have been 22 too, I was having a lot of fun. That included him sometimes, but it's kind of like, you know what I mean. It was like I was just having fun, didn't really care about all this serious shit. And it's but yeah, you heard the message. You know, you can trust it to do what you want with that. But like, I just want to see if the codependency card comes out. How I'm ready to grow in emotional intimacy with a partner. Clarity. See, there's a lack of clarity. I think this could be like casually sleeping with each other, but you haven't identified what you are. Take time to think about your situation to gain clarity, and it's confusion. You know, it's confusion. It's confusion. Yeah, there's confusion in the situation. Like, what are we? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your life right now. And you see, when you're not truly valuing yourself, that can affect your money as well, because you're not valuing your energy. So don't shoot the messenger. Mercury is conjunct Saturn today. It's coming through very serious, very kind of like big sister, mum, granny advice there, or teacher or mentor, guide. You know, that's what that energy is coming through as. Right, for the masculine, how's the masculine ready to grow, or lack of? Let's see what comes out. That's mind blowing, isn't it? They're mirroring, but this is sad. It doesn't need to stay this way forever. What basically you need to do is you need to seek out healers. Not necessarily me, but just seek out somebody that knows what they're doing. You got the same fucking card. That's 2 decks. You know what I mean? What's on the back? Past lives. I feel you've had many past lives together, so you feel comfortable with each other. That's an understatement. I feel you feel very comfortable with each other. We reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many lives. And also, you could have known this person when you're younger, but it's like, it's a very confusing situation. It's confusing for your feelings, and it's not healthy if you're sleeping with somebody over and over again, but you've got deeper feelings that you're ignoring and you're saying you're cool with it. It really confuses your body. And take time to think about your situation. Take time out to explore your deep emotions, your experiences. That's it upright. That's what good therapy would do. And again, I've got my twin flame therapy package, which toot toot, I'm going to toot my own horn in this. You might have saw me recently sharing, and if you haven't, I'll link that video below where I burst. I mean, it was genuinely a burst out crying. Again, I wasn't even going to share it, and then the client who that was about actually emailed to be like, look, share it. That's good. If that helps somebody, like it helped us, like I want you to share it. Basically, you know, right now I'm helping. Well, yeah, this is what I just worked out today. Like, that's what's quite amazing. Like, the last session I done with something was a divine masculine, and the next session that I've, oh, wait a minute. Depends which way you look at it. My next session, literally tonight, is with a divine masculine female, but who's actually shifting into the feminine energy, because that's what happens in my therapy. But the next session I've got, which isn't a therapy session, but confusingly enough, it is somebody that has done twin flame therapy with me, is with the feminine of the divine masculine. So actually, boom, drop the mic, but I don't want to take it off. But that's so fascinating. Last Friday, I worked with divine masculine. The following week later, Friday, on the new moon in Pisces, which when I looked at her chart, I was like, wow, that is so divinely timed. It's insane. In her chart, which I'm not going to tell you where it is in her chart, but it's very divinely timed. It's always divinely timed, but it was just really pretty crazy where it is. And remember, that's somebody that I hadn't worked with for years, so I can't stress you, this isn't like, that was a regular client at one point, and then they'd done enough healing and they had to go away. Well, they had to go away and have fun with their twin flame, but like, you know, twin flames are always still healing, which is what I say all the time, because again, I've got a lot of experience. I've worked with twin flames for 10 years. I've known my own twin flame for double that and some. So, you know, and that, because I've been on my healing path for over 20 years, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, and yeah, I'm only 40, but like I really got into it pretty early. Doesn't mean I wasn't still going out and getting pissed and having fun and stuff. But, you know, in the times when I wasn't, like when I could sort of be doing it, like I was basically reading stuff like this and researching, and, you know, I've just always been a natural healer too. But yeah, something like that. You know, I feel like a bit of my past self's helping you with some of the stuff I said there. You know, doesn't mean you're not having fun, but I think you need to kind of check yourself before you wreck yourself. Codependent. It just feels like, you know, you feel really comfortable with this person, but I think there maybe needs to be a separation period here for you both to grow. But yeah, there's something amazing about that. So again, look, I can see how that beautifully ties into what I've channeled here. That it's like twin flames still need support too. But there's something magical happening. Like I said in that other video, that, you know, I'm just putting out there, like, yeah, to attract a lot more, you know, twin flames that are in union. Look, because a lot of masculines are going through that. They're confused, you know, they're confused, they're awakening. Even people that are with their twin flame, all seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide answers you need. Because actually, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of, like, I can think of a few twin flame couples that are, like, actually in, you know, like, they are, what am I trying to say? They are twin flames, but they like, because they've been on my radar, but they don't take it on as strongly. But I feel I'm going to be attracting a lot of people that do take on board. Like, if I've said that to them in the past, like, how much of a big deal that is. I think I might have some repeat clients, actually. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. So yeah, remember that. So that's very clear. You're mirroring. There's a lack of clarity. It's not healthy. Get support, whether it be from me or someone else. But again, I would make it a twin flame person, you know, and I would make it counselling or therapy, because who else is going to understand the twin flame journey better than a twin flame counsellors, or they'll think you're nuts, or they'll put it down as like limerence or something. How I'm ready to grow physical intimacy with a partner, and again, you know, it's important to note that, like, you know, I don't know who's watching. You might not be a twin flame, but what I can say is, you know, like, the one thing I don't have the problem that I see, you know, over the years, because I've been watching twin flames for fucking years now. It's like, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, attracting all these karmic people. That doesn't happen on my channel, because I've got very, very strong boundaries. Like, I am a true divine feminine with very strong boundaries. Like, I teach people badass boundaries. And we don't get, like, karmic bullshit around here. Like, literally, whenever anybody talks on the chat, they are always a true twin flame. So, you know, that is quite rare around here. So I'm just sort of saying. So, but again, I'm just sort of buffering. You never know. You know, you've got a personal responsibility and all that. You're worth more than I let on. So I don't even know what the fucking question was. I've got. I'm ready to grow. How I'm ready to grow in physical intimacy with a partner? Well, quite simply, yeah, that's the masculine. They're not, you know, because you mean a lot to them, but they're not telling you. So they're not emotionally mature yet. They're dreaming. I dream about holding you close. It makes me feel safe and warm in your arms. I never want the dream to end. This needs to be morality. I will make it right. I will make it happen. You have to trust me, I promise. But reading between the lines of what I've picked up here, right? Again, this is specific situations. I feel this is what this person wants one day. But whoever that is, they're not ready for it yet. Okay, I know that's going to be annoying, but that's what I'm feeling. I think there's someone around them that's a spiritual hater on this connection. A boss saddie. So how fucking spawn is that? So it's like, you know, as in, like, with the things I've said, like, so this person could be a business owner. So, you know, stable, rich business owner, CEO, BDE, if you know, you know. But this business owner's got a spiritual hater that I feel that's like a female friend that, you know, either wants this person for themselves, or they feed this person's head with a load of shite, as we'd say here. Yeah, look, they're, like we said, what we said, a spiritual hater. So that could be like, I feel like that's one of these, toxic things where, like, this is like someone that this person slept in the past or whatever. They could have even been a former girlfriend or something, but they're, oh, we're still friends and all that kind of, like, all right, you know, kind of, you know, it's a bit weird, and it's like this person just doesn't want this person, but they don't want them to be happy with someone else, and they're putting a bit of a spanner in the works. But this masculine's, like, unbothered by them, but they are a bit still in their ego, hurt ego get in the way of the relationship. That's really specific. I feel this person shows off a little bit in front of whoever that is until they see. So if that still happens, they're going to see through this person. It's a manipulative friend. It's that fucking card again. Like I said in the other one, if that card is, even if it's upright, I seem to take it as not a good thing. Community, your group, it's a karmic friend. And again, whether the karmic friend has, you know, ulterior motives because they want the boss daddy for themselves or not, you know, that's for them to know and us to wonder, for whoever this resonates with. But they are putting a spanner in the works for some reason. Like, it could just be that this manipulative friend, you know, gets this person to run around after them, and they're like, oh, I'll use my, oh, look, and I said, I'll use my, yeah, so I'll use I'll lose my friend that I just get to use, pick them up and put them down, you know. And again, if you're in a friendship like that, just, you know, cut it off. I've had friends like that in the past. It doesn't mean you still don't want them to be happy and stuff like that, but it's, you know, it's never going to change. If you're only going to, what you allow will continue. And actually, by cutting off that friendship, you're actually going to, you know, that person's going to learn a tough lesson not to treat people like that anymore. And, you know, so it's, you know, everybody's got to be that person somewhere. Either you're on the receiving end or you've had to do it, you know. Yeah, take a breather. Look, Moon in Cancer. And this is the one for Cancer, isn't it? It's like, you need to take a breather from that friendship, lighten up and bring about some more fun, because that all does feel very stressful. What I need from a partner, potential partner, for love and intimacy to grow. So if this was about you and your twin flame, which that's what it felt like, that there's a very specific, a masculine, male or female is being manipulated. I would say a male, because I had boss daddy, and then spiritual hater, it was a woman. There's a female friend, could even be an ex, that is manipulating this person about this potential of a union or whatever. But there is something, but there is, like, look, whether in the past you had the dynamic where you were just allowing this person to have their cake and eat it, which I'm taking to mean, like, you know, they're single, you're single, so you'll hook up now and again, but there's no, you know, definition or deeper, more serious situations. I'm not going to tap into it. I just can't be bothered because I've got to go on the next sign. But or it could be like presently you're doing that. So like I said, if you're a divine feminine female in this case, but whatever, you know, it can still fit. The boss daddy could be a female boss owner, do you know what I mean? Or same sex, but, and then it could be like, you know, confusingly, the spiritual hater could be a male, you know what I mean? Just change it however it fits. But it's like, something's not healthy. If you're the feminine, you're in denial of it, and you're needing some support. So again, I know that could be triggering, but it's a message coming through. You don't need to take it, you know, but watch out for the signs leading you to true love. So again, I'm just stressing, I do feel this is a twin flame connection, but it's a twin flame connection that really needs to learn boundaries, because it's confusing, labyrinth. Even when you're lost, there is always a way through the labyrinth. So I'm picking up on a true twin flame connection, but it's very confusing. There's boundaries needed. There is a separation needed. And I just like to stress, this is present, this is future for some, unfortunately, but it's also past for some. So you might be through this. So I'll leave it at that. What's on the back? Confusion in reverse. We love it. So at some point, like, this could be right now, this could be a masculine, this connection. Seekers of, all seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. Like, they could have been confused about what this is, not ready for it. You know, I think that's very common when you meet young as well. Like, because again, I always just like to give this perspective, because it's very different from what you hear other people say. And from what I've saw on YouTube over the many years, is there's lots of people that have been awakened, like, you know, 2, 3 years, maybe even 4 and 5 years, like, you know, but for those of us that have been, you know, awakened to the journey, like, you know, 2010 was when I consciously realised who my twin flame was, who had been in my life already for years before that. You know, it's not quite like the way that people say verbatim, this is how it is has not been my experience. Again, I say it in quite a lot of the lives. I can't really be bothered right now. But the point is I do feel they're getting me to say that, because I feel it's like how I can only speak for myself. From the minute I met him, when I was only 19, I was like, fuck, I fancy him, and I fancy him so much. Like, it's like, holy shit, you know, it was like he was a famous person or something. Which I don't really want to get into that too much, but it is quite funny, because then I later saw an actor that, you know, definitely in the younger films, like, this actor really does look like my twin flame when we were younger, right? So obviously there's going to be a likeness now, but I mean, I'm a lot older than so is he, but it's kind of like, but it's like what I say all the time, like, even if you still find the actor or the actress attractive, you would always choose your twin flame because it's your twin flame, right? But the point is it's like, there is something really coming through here about, you know, that's how it was for me. But, like, it doesn't mean that I didn't experience the confusion in that before there was absolute, excuse my pun, crystal clear clarity on who my twin flame is. And that's why I'm not going to be modest there. I'm very good at helping somebody decipher a true twin flame and a karmic energy, and also, like, what I just described all the way through this of, oh, that is your twin flame, but this is really toxic, you need to spend time apart, you know what I mean? So it's different from some how other people might explain it. I think some people explain twin flames is like, oh, nothing toxic will happen between you and your twin flame. That's a karmic relationship. It's not, that's not entirely accurate. Okay, it can get pretty brutal out there. Twin flame journey is not for the faint of heart, but obviously when it's overly toxic, we're talking karmic relationship. But again, if you're like, well, fuck, this is definitely my twin flame and I know it is, but it's been a rough ride, then I'm probably the counselor healer for you. But again, your dynamic better, but there are some wounded people out there that you can make toxic karmic people a twin flame and they're not. So again, it is a minefield out there. But just bear in mind that, not everybody on the journey talking about it doesn't mean that just because that was their experience that that's everyone's experience. So whoever needs to hear that really needs to take that on board. Discernment is key in these times, especially because Pisces is confusion, illusion. Sometimes people are meaning well, but haven't quite got it. Just generally, because they're really getting me stressed, what I've noticed is if people have only sort of been awakened around the 2, 3, 4, even 5 year mark, I would say when it starts getting into like 4 and 5 years, I feel the penny drops for people that readings really are timeless, the general and the personal. So I shouldn't be like, oh yes, it's about to happen, and definitely not in a personal, but even in these generals, you take it with a pinch of salt. That's what I've noticed. Like ones with beautiful readers with well-meaning intentions can sometimes feel so confident that something's about to happen. And like I said, it's usually people that it's like they've not got that depth of experience behind them. And again, like I said, it doesn't. I've tuned into people that have been on the journey a lot less than me, but I always keep that in the back of my mind when they say something that I'm like, it doesn't mean I don't like them as a person or anything, but it's like, but I definitely have actually stopped watching some people when they kind of really start not resonating. But again, it's going to make sense, right? Because again, I'm a twin flame elder on this journey, you know what I mean? And there's just not too many people that can say that, like I've went through all the shamanic initiations, like quite literally, I am a shaman. I'm not just fucking chucking the word about, because some people do that. And yeah, and I'm a twin flame. So AKA I am a twin flame shaman. And it's kind of like, I've went through the fires. So if you have, I'm loving you from afar. There's something very confusing here. I secretly long for you. There's something very confusing there, and I need to tap out because this is the longest. It is very manipulative because it's like I'm getting pulled into the video. It's like they're trying to tell us something. I just want to shuffle them again. It's very I feel there's a black widow spider female around. Look, the shaman. Look what I just said. The shaman. There's a black widow. Again, I think this is like what I said in one of the other ones. I feel the masculine has got the ability to be. I think the masculine's been a shaman in a past life. I mean, you could be a shaman too, but it's like they're eventually going to work out. They've got a very manipulative black widow spider around them. A female, keeping them away from the love of their life, eros, sacred sexual energy, the prayer. Somebody's praying for answers. The shapeshifter. They've got a shapeshifter around them. I feel it's a karmic friend. As part of your journey, you'll work out for yourself, my friend, or come and get help. You're drowning in feelings. That's how you'll know. The womb, again, oh God, look what we've unpacked right at the last minute. Cancer is the mother. Could be somebody's mum. I didn't actually see it going that way. That shocked me a bit. I was feeling it was like a karmic female friend, or possibly even an ex. It was an ex ages ago so much that it's like a friend, but they could still be sort of holding you back. But yeah, could be somebody's mum, or it's a friend that's a mum. But yeah, they're being cut off. So that's very specific. It'll make sense to you if it's meant to make sense. And again, because remember, mothers, the cancer is the sign of the mother. So sacrifice. Love may come with sacrifice. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. That's really sad, but I feel somebody actually is creating a distance between their mum. Love is a beautiful mess, embrace its imperfections, but it's because that's somebody that was trying to hold a union back. So again, don't make that yours if it's not yours. See you later.